All right, what's going on, guys? Back again. In the previous video, I changed out my air filter on my 2008 Gsxr 600. Today, I'll be changing out the spark plugs. Usually these jobs, air filter and spark plugs go hand in hand because the air box, under the air box, you have your spark plug. So, all right, so the tools you will need for this job, it's fairly simple. You're gonna need a spark plug wrench. Now sometimes these will come with the bike, but if not, you have to go and pick up one. It's a special wrench because the spark plugs are not easily accessible. You kind of have to put this down inside of the bike to grab the spark plug. It has to be long enough, and there are two ends to it. For my bike in particular, the 2008, the narrow end is what grabs the top of the spark plug. You're gonna need a wrench or a socket. So because when you put this down, you're gonna need this to actually loosen up the spark plug because it's pretty tight. And you're gonna need a spark plug gapper. All this does is ensures proper fitment placement for your spark plugs. Usually spark plugs are pre-gapped already, but you know, due to shipping or processing or in the box, they may fall or the gap may come off a little bit. So you just want to ensure the proper gap. And for my bike, it's a 0.028, and that's indicated right here. You just want to actually show you guys real quick. Pull out one of my new spark plugs, and here's the gap right there. You see 0.028. You just put it on there, and you want to be able to move freely, not too freely, but have a little room to play. As you can see, right up under the 0.028. Okay. Now let's pull it out. Okay. So, as you guys can see here, I actually use a light to help because it's pretty dark in here. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, and these are actually called the boots or your coil packs, and up under these is where your spark plugs sit. So I'm going to pull out the first one, show you guys how this works. So my previous video, if you're not sure how to get to this point or remove the air box to get to the spark plugs, just watch the previous video on how to change your air box. So the first thing you want to do is you want to pull out this right here. And just pull that out, and it's actually sitting attached to the boot. The boot is right here. They call it a boot because it actually looks like a boot. Okay, so as you can see right here, we have the boot, and these are usually in here pretty good. So you have to use a little force. Not too bad, but mine were in here pretty tight. So you have to use a little force to get them out. What you want to do essentially is just try to put 2 fingers, even pressure on each side. And as you're pulling this up, pull it towards the front of the bike and lift it up like so. It's going to give you a little resistance. That's okay because it's on there pretty good. But yeah, just give it a little force, even pressure on all sides, and it'll come right up. Okay, as you guys can see, that's the boot right there. Put this to the side. You don't want to damage this. These are very expensive to replace, so just put that to the side. Now up under that boot is where I'm trying to get in here as best I could. Up under that boot is where your spark plug lies. So I'm going to grab my spark plug tool, the narrow end, and you just simply want to put it down through there. Okay. Now once it's in there, you're gonna feel it like it's gonna fall on top of the spark plug. You can't see the spark plug because it's in there pretty good, but it's sitting on top of the spark plug, and as you guys can see, you can't hand twist this off. it's pretty tight. So that's where you're gonna need a wrench. Now I have a 7/8 wrench, depending on the size of the top of your spark plug tool. So what you're gonna do is use this wrench. I'm just gonna give it a couple turns because it's in there pretty good. Shine my light, hopefully you guys can see this. And just like that, that one good turn, shouldn't be too tight, your spark plug is loose. Now, for that first turn after it's loose, you should be able to just hand untighten it the rest of the way. And that's what I'm doing now. Now the spark plug, it's pretty long as far as being screwed down in here, so it's gonna take a pretty good amount of twist to get this thing. It's already loose, but you're just unscrewing it from the bottom. So just keep a hand loose in this. May or may not take this many turns, but I just want to be sure it's out before I try to retrieve it. Okay, spark plug should be good and loose. Now, if you guys are lucky with your spark plug tool, I said if you're lucky, the spark plug should come right out. As you can see, mine didn't. That's okay. Now, I would advise you guys to get a magnetic spark plug tool or a rubber insert, because this thing is pulling. As you're loosening up the spark plug is loose down in there, but when you lift it up, it falls because there's no magnet holding it up. So you may get lucky, it may attach to the non-magnetic one, or you can just buy a rubber insert and it'll pull it up. But I found out another way. I just found this out on my own. A very good, easy way if you don't have a magnetic spark plug tool, or you don't have a rubber insert. As you guys can see, this boot here, it has like a little nipple. And this works perfect for retrieving that spark plug, because on top of the spark plug is like a nipple, and this attaches to the top. And if you get right on top of it, it'll pull that spark plug right out. Okie doke. Let's see. All right, guys. So, as I explained earlier, the nipple you just simply put it back down in there. It's like you're putting it down. You're putting it back in. It should pull your spark plug right out. Okay. Let's see if I got it. There we go, guys. Perfect. So as you can see, this nipple works perfect for retrieving your old spark plug, because as your spark plug is sitting down in there, it's loose, but it's not going to come up. But this nipple grips it, the top. So when you put it down there, you grip it, you pull it back up, it pulls your old spark plug out. Okay. Now I'm going to compare, and make sure you guys order the right spark plugs. If you're not sure, check your manual or just check Google. You don't want to order the wrong spark plugs. Okay. Put your boot to the side. There's my old spark plug. I'm gonna grab one of my new spark plugs. Do a comparison and contrast. Now, honestly, I don't think my bike, I could have probably waited a while to get new spark plugs, but I was just doing general maintenance while I had a lot of free time, guys. So, yeah. There's my new spark plug. It's the same kind. NGK. Just a little protection here. Pull that off. Yeah. There's the old spark plug. There's the new one. Now, I've already... these aren't like $1 at the store, probably 50 cents. It's just a spark plug gapper. You just want to ensure that the gap is the right size, because during shipping, or it may have been dropped. This may get pushed in, and you're not going to have a good connection. So the spark plug gapper just ensures you have a good, and it's 0.028, ensures you have a good distance. And yep, looks good to me. Okay, now it's pretty simple to put this back in. What you don't want to do, you don't want your spark plug, your new spark plug, to just fall down there. You don't want it to just fall and hit the bottom. Now, what I've noticed, if you do have a rubber insert spark plug tool, you can just insert it and it'll sit it down there. But I don't. So if I was to put this in here like this, it'll probably drop a good distance. So what I do, like, I go back and use my boot, which is just the perfect tool for retrieving and putting back and putting in your new spark plug. I just put it on the tip. You don't have to put it in too tight, just enough to get it down there so it won't just fall out. So I'm just gonna put it on there. And let's see, you want to have this pretty, you don't want to have it too tight because you want it to drop off once it's in there. And you do this very slowly, slowly. Kind of wiggle it a little bit. Make sure that spark plug is not still on the, see, mine is still on the boot. That's okay. Just make it a little looser. Okay. Kind of wiggle it a little bit to get the spark plug off the tip. One sec. Okay. See, if I had the magnetic spark plug tool, it'd be a lot easier to just place it right in there, but I don't have it, so. All right, there it is. Okay, so my new spark plug is sitting inside of there. Go back and get my spark plug tool. What you want to do, you want to put this back down in there, let it sit on top of the new spark plug, and righty tighty, lefty loosey, just want to hand tighten it. Yeah, just come around this side, just hand tighten. Hopefully you guys can see that angle. Hand tighten your new spark plug. All I'm doing is just hand tighten it. That's all I'm doing. And you have to do this for a good minute. That threading, it's pretty long, so. Come back around. All I'm doing, I'm just hand tying that spark plug. Now, once you get to the point where you really can't, I'm almost there, where you really can't turn anymore with your hand, you go grab your wrench. Oh, there it is. And you don't want to have this too tight, guys, because you could damage the spark plug or cross thread it. You don't want to do that. So you just want to do it just enough where it's tight but not too tight. So you guys can see, I'm just going to give this a couple turns. Boom. One, maybe one more. Okay. Now I'm not doing this tight. I'm just using a little force to tighten this on, man. Okay. And there you guys have it. Pull your spark plug tool out. Reinsert your boot. Give it a good press down. Reconnect your connector. I don't know what it's called, but just reconnect it. And there you have it, guys. New spark plug. Repeat that for the remaining 3, and then there you have it. New spark plugs. And then just put your air box back on and do everything you did in reverse to get to this point. All right, guys. Stay tuned. See you later.